Hi, family. Welcome back to Pieces of D. Yes, I have some things to talk to you guys about. I have been gone for a minute, but before we get into the video, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and y'all, please make sure y'all give me a thumbs up. Okay, y'all, so yes, I am back. And the last time I sat here with you guys, things got a little bit testy, okay? I said some things that rubbed some people the wrong way, but it still had to be said. I don't think I'm gonna be as controversial today, but I do want to talk to you guys about what I've been going through, where I've been, and just basically doing like a life update. So I've been doing my car chats and just doing a little bit of vlogging. I had some things happen with my family. My son, he turned 6. I posted a video on that. So if you haven't watched it, feel free to go ahead and watch it. It's just me having family time. Um, what else? I talked about turning 30. That was a big event in my life. I cannot believe that I am the big 3-0. I cannot believe it, but I'm so grateful to God that I got to see this age. A lot of people have not made it here. As a matter of fact, there are people that I've graduated with back in high school that are no longer here. So it is such a blessing that I crossed over into 30 land. So, but I did talk about like some of my fears and some of my thoughts about turning 30. And now that I'm here, I got a mouthful for you guys. So where do I start? Okay. So I guess I want to start off with 10 things I learned leaving my 20s and going into 30. So I did a video that you guys may see, and I tried to do it in one of my car chats where I was explaining to you guys some of the things that I've learned crossing over into this new decade. But I had my kids in the car. And so you'll see me being mama and having to get them together. But I said I was gonna come back and just do just a regular video where we could just have our one-on-one time and you don't have to hear me getting my kids together. So one of the things that I learned leaving 20s, crossing over into my 30s, I learned that I do not need to be validated by people. Um, Growing up, and I think we all struggle with this, we live for the approval of other people. Um, I don't know if it's a social norm, and it may just be a social norm. I mean, we care about the opinions of our peers, our parents. If things, if somebody has a very vocal voice in our lives, like people that we really care about, look up to, we just care about opinions. I mean, it's natural, but I think you have to graduate to a place where you don't really care. And I can finally say at the age of 30, I don't really care. And it is so freeing. It is so freeing. And it may sound a little bit weird, or not weird, I'm sorry, but rude at first. But it's like, who cares, right? Um, I'm a grown woman and I'm really feeling that. I'm feeling that now. I'm walking in that. And whether you care or you don't care or whoever, I don't care because I'm not validated by your feelings anymore. I'm finally showing up unapologetically as who I am, and that is Deanna. So that's one of the lessons that I learned is that I don't need to be validated. Like you or anybody else do not give me approval to do the things that I need to do and to live my life. As long as I have God's approval, that's all that matters. All I need is the okay from God. And if I don't get an okay from God, the only person I need to check me is God. So I have been fully stepping into that. The second thing I would say is that peace and happiness is the true wealth. So we live in a time where everybody's trying to like catch the bag and get the bag and hustle and millions and all of that, right? And I can honestly say at one point I got caught into that. Yeah, your girl did. I got caught into that. And I was hustling, trying to going after the bag and tiring myself out. And when I got it, I wasn't really able to enjoy it because I was exhausted. And even though I thought I was working smarter, I was really working harder. And I'm also a mom in waiting of my husband. I don't like to say single mom, but I'll say a mom waiting for her husband. I'm only limited to do certain things, right? And so I made a lot of money, hit a point, and kind of hit a wall where I was like, why am I doing this? I'm not really investing in my children. I'm not spending quality time with my children. They need me. And like just questioning why. And also I had stepped out of the will of God for my life. Because when you're operating in the true will of God, God is a multiplier. He could take your little thing and make it a big thing. And so, if you're really operating in the will of God, you don't have to work that hard to reach the same goal because He will take what you have and maximize it for you. So, but that's a whole nother thing. Don't want to run off in preaching, but I did learn that I wanted my peace and I wanted what made me happy. And when the pandemic happened, it just caused me to look at a lot of things. Like people are losing their lives, children are losing their parents. It just required me to look at a lot of things. And what became very important to me, which was always important, but sometimes we lose sight of those things, is that my family, my children, they come first and they are important to me. And having happiness and peace. I'm in a peaceful state when I'm taking care of my children and my family. And I accepted that I no longer went against the grain of that. And that helped me to learn that peace and happiness, our joy, is the real wealth. So I'm grateful for learning that going into 30 because now I know how to properly be positioned in this season. Um so what number is that? I think that's number 2. Let me see. Y'all, it's so many lessons that I learned and I said I was going to get it all out. So just bear with me. I'm going to get it all out for y'all. Lesson number 3. Set boundaries. I could definitely say that this is also a season of me setting boundaries. I didn't have boundaries, right? And I did a whole video on like, well, kind of talking about that. But because of some childhood trauma, I didn't, as an adult and in my 20s, I didn't know how to set boundaries. And I also thought that boundaries were a bad thing. And if you set boundaries and had a boundary that I couldn't cross, I would get offended, right? So I just had a terrible relationship with boundaries. Not no more. Not no more. I love boundaries. Boundaries help me keep everything in order. Boundaries help me keep my peace of mind. I love boundaries. Y'all, raise your standards and set some boundaries in your life, okay? Um, let's see, number 4. Girl, leave that man alone. I have to say, that was number 4. Leave that man alone. Now, when I say that, it gives off the impression that I'm maybe talking about a boyfriend or a boo or whatever. Not necessarily. When I say that, of course, like I said, I'm a mother in waiting of her husband. Um, and I'm getting out on the dating scene, and you know, sometimes your girl tends to see the good in people, or give people the benefit of the doubt, right? But in dating, it is what it is. If a guy that I'm dating shows me who he really is, that's who he is, sis. That is who he is. So I've learned to just leave it alone. That's who you are. We ain't gonna argue about it. If we're not on the same page, if for example, if I'm ready to pursue a serious relationship, and that's what I want, and I want to get married, and you're just casually dating and you express that to me, I'm not forcing it. Okay. You do you, and I'm gonna do me, and obviously we're not meant to. I could say in my 20s, I wasted a lot of time waiting around for people, and specifically guys that I dated, to change. And let's just say they may have expressed that they weren't looking for anything serious. And I would wait and be like, oh, I'm gonna love them and just treat them right and be wifey, and they are going to realize that I'm the wife, and they're gonna change what they said and how they feel, and they're gonna marry me. No, it's like shooting with a blindfold on. If you date a guy that wants to pursue marriage, you have a greater chance of getting married. Or if you date a guy that wants to be in a serious relationship, you have a greater chance of being in a serious relationship. Um, I just had a brain fart. Yeah. Anyway, as opposed to dating somebody that's telling you, yeah, I don't want nothing serious, and then you're trying to turn it into something serious. Where they do that at? I did it over here. So just being honest. So that was that stupid stuff that I did in my 20s, okay? We ain't doing that. I'm like 30. Hey, oh, but you are 30. You not 20 anymore. You 30. And you can't do another 10 years doing what you did in your 20s. Because you're going to be 40 in 10 years. And you don't want to be 40 still dealing with this. So I decided to leave those type of guys alone. Like, yes, I am single and I am a mother in waiting of her husband. Shameless plug. But I'm only considering serious buyers only. You know how um real estate agents, like, they only will take you looking at the house only if you're a serious buyer and you have the pre-approval and the credit score and the capital. Well, that's me. And before you step up, I need to make sure you have the pre-approval, the credit, and the capital. Actually, yeah. Yeah. Before you can purchase. so so that is that. Uh what else did I learn? Girl, you doing a good job. Have y'all seen that? Have y'all seen that TikTok where that TikTok they be like, Girl, you doing a good job. 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 Girl, you. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. But no, seriously. Um, I have to be better with saying that because I never stop to tell myself, like, girl, you doing a good job. Nobody else can tell me that I'm doing a good job. But when I look at my accomplishments, when I look at how my children are being raised, when I look at everything that I've been through from a child on up to this point to see 30, I have the girl, you doing a good job. Stop and tell yourself. Stop and tell yourself. That's another lesson that I learned. I think that's number 5 right there. But I never stop to tell myself and stop to, I guess, enjoy the journey or smell the roses because I had a vision, right? And I was focused, and I'm like, I didn't think that in the past, I didn't think that I was doing a good job if I didn't, um, in the past, I didn't think I was doing a good job until I reached the goal that I was reaching. Well, here's the problem. I reached the goal and then it was something else. It's like, no, we got to go harder. And also, I grew up in a household where um, sometimes things weren't a big deal. Like you can achieve something big, but because other things were going on, financial and just other things weren't really celebrated like how I felt like they should be celebrated. But just because somebody doesn't celebrate you doesn't mean that you don't celebrate yourself. And that that's like a Bible. That's Bible right now. That's like a law for me right now. Like, tell yourself, like, you're doing a good job. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate it. Because I realized that a lot of people couldn't walk through my shoes and they can't accomplish what I accomplished. And some people haven't even tried. And I would just brush it off like, oh, I did what I had to do. As a mother, we tend to put that cape on and we just do what we gotta do. But it's like, no. Like, yeah, that's true, but celebrate yourself. You're doing a good job. Tell yourself that more. Like, you're not failing. Like, look at all your progression. Look at it. And don't compare yourself to the people on social media and even people that I have met in real life. And I guess I'll go ahead and make that number 6. Um, and I spoke on this on a other video, but I've came across some people and I realized that a lot of their lives are fake. People that we idolize on TV or whatever, it is like, they say they work so hard and they do that. There's a lot of scamming, a lot of cheating, a lot of, it's just a lot of fake stuff going on. So when I realized that I was building with integrity and I followed a code of ethics that people didn't even care, like they would step on that code, and I was loyal, and I'm also building a kingdom business. Going back to number 5, I had to let myself know, girl, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. So don't, number 6, don't compare yourself to the other people that you may meet in person and they're showing you this picture perfect life, or even on Instagram, Facebook, so just social media sites where you can only see a picture or a 3 minute to, 30-second to 3 minute reel or whatever of their life, and everything is edited and looking perfect. Don't do that. Don't let that stress you out. Don't. That was left in my 20s, y'all. Not going into 30s. Um, let's see, number 7. Number 7, you have time. You have time. I always felt like I was running out of time. Like, especially when I got like 28, 29, especially like the latter of 29, I was like, oh, I was supposed to have this at 30. Like, just really just, oh, I didn't do this. Like, really just bawling, y'all. With the ugly cry face, okay? And sometimes your girl could get real dramatic and lock herself up in a room. That's a whole nother story. And just be like, oh. um, but you have time. In the Bible, there's a principle that says there will always be seed time and harvest time. And even though, yes, my flesh is aging, like it turned another year, in God, time is limitless, because and this is just I'm gonna take you guys into my faith a little bit, but in God, time is limitless, and God is outside of time. So he can accelerate things and boom, have this big blowout for you. And then there are times where you have to work. And sometimes it seems like that work is taking forever. But you have time. Everything is for an appointed time. The relationship, the raising my kids, the business, the money, the rest, the work, everything has an appointed time and everything has a season. And I can honestly say the latter part of 29, and going into like, and finally hitting 30, I became content, or yeah, like I really made peace with everything has a season, and being properly aligned and knowing what season you're supposed to be in. Because if you try to speed up a season to hurry up and get that harvest, well, you're going to end up with some crop failure. And then what you got to do when you end up with crop failure, you got to start all over from the beginning. And the beginning is not just, oh, dang, my harvest messed up. Let me pull this up and plant the seed again. It's like you got to wait for the right season to come around again to plant the seed. Then you got to wait again for the harvest. So I really came to understand timing and really seeking God to know where I'm at in my life and what season I am in my life. That can sum it up right there. That's a whole like, oh, are y'all catching this? Are y'all catching this? I mean, I'm talking to y'all and I'm dropping these gems, but I hope y'all catching that. That's a whole word right there. Like, understanding the season that you're in and timing. What else? Okay, so that was number 7. I'm trying to keep track, and y'all forgive me if this seems a little all over the place. This is impromptu, but I knew that I had to get something out to you guys, and I kept saying I was gonna come back and do a video. It never did, so now we're here. um, but I think we're on number 8, and let's see, number 8, number 8, number 8, number 8. Ooh, everybody is not your friend. It sounds so simple, right? It does. It sounds like, of course, everybody is not your friend. Well, for somebody like me, who I love people, and um, I tend to like attract a lot of people into my life, right? And I would be quick to be like, oh, that's my friend. Oh, that's my. No. Some people are just associates, and that's okay. They serve a season, they serve a position for that time. But I am very selective now in who I call my friend. You have to earn that title in my life because I'm pretty sure I have to earn it in yours. And if I don't have to earn it, you know, you might have some boundary setting issues. Let's just be real. But going back to boundaries, yeah, I have to stop labeling everybody my friend. That's a boundary. Okay. That is definitely a boundary. Um, and you can love everybody and, have a love for everybody. And I do have a love for everybody. But it's only a few that's truly going to walk with you and that's going to love you regardless, unconditionally. And your friends should have purpose. So I learned to stop calling everyone my friend. So now I'm okay with saying I have an associate or a coworker, you know, and you don't have to have a beef, like, and you don't even have to be nasty. Like, I'm not a nasty person, but in my mind, I know that okay, we haven't graduated to this friend level yet, or this is just simply a coworker at the job that I kick it with. We talk every day at the job, but this is not my my friend. That title has to be earned. It has to be earned. And I had some things happen. I had some bad business deals and just a whole bunch of stuff happened, y'all. Like, we ain't even gonna get into it. I ain't gonna call out no names. But I quickly learned that you do have to categorize people. And for me, I need to do that because I need to protect my heart. You do got to protect your heart. And it helps me have a clear, um, how would you say it? It gives me a clear definition of the person so I know how to handle that person, right? Um, So if you're a business partner, we could be cool. We could gel as business partners. And it could be a God divine business relationship for us. But you are my business partner, so I need to keep you as that. Unless you graduate into the friend category, right? Which leads me into number 9. Have some mystery about yourself. It's okay to keep some things private. I would say in my 20s, um, I was really transparent. And I grew up and people would be like, oh, you're stuck up. Oh, you're this, you're that. So to show people that I was relatable, I would just tell all my business. Like, hey, like, I'm going through what you're going through. I'm not stuck up. Like, like, I'm going through this and I'm going through that. But now, in a time where everything is like recorded, everything is on the gram, there's no exclusivity, like being exclusive. Like, we need a little privacy. Keep some things for yourself. So I'm definitely entering 30 and showing up in my 30s, but things are being more private. Number one, because God doesn't want me to expose everything. Like everything again, see how look, everything has a time. There's even a time to share. God been doing a good work. He been working on me. He been working on me. Um, um, but there's a time to share and there's a time to keep things to yourself. So, in this day and age of when people are just sharing and putting their lives on blast, bodies on blast, children's on blast, keep some things private. It's okay. It's okay. I also think that because I'm deciding to be more private, it's also going to attract the authentic people to me. Authentic people. That's another one too. Because a lot of people got all these opportunists and con artists and all it. But when you keep things private, and it's like, and don't get me wrong, it's okay to share. Like I have a testimony that I'm gonna share one day eventually. But just keep some things private. Privacy, you should cherish privacy in this day and age. And I'm in 30, but now that I'm 30, I'm definitely appreciating a private and happy life. And I think the joy speaks for itself. Like, I'm going to tell y'all now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm going to just be that person that just pops up married and be like, bam, with the ring. And people going to be like, I didn't even know she was dating. Because you ain't need to know. Like, and by the time y'all see the ring, I'm going to already be married. So, but anyway, what number was that, y'all? Like, I'm joking. I mean, I am serious, but I'm just having some fun. Was that 8 or 9? Okay, we're gonna say that was number 8 because I really can't remember. So I'm gonna say number 9. Number 9 is, let me make this a really good one because I learned some lessons. Let me make this a good one. Let me think. Your health comes first above anything else. Like, okay, so here's the breakdown. So you got God, you have family, you have health, and then you have career. So like these are like non-negotiables, and that's the proper order. So God is first, family, of course. You have your health and then care. And actually, I might want to change that because if you're not healthy, you can't even take care of the family. So it's probably God, health, family, career. So I've been very vocal about some health scares and things that have happened. Again, I've also shared my weight loss journey, and by the way, your girl lost a couple of pounds. But anyway, and it's been more than a couple. Like, it's been okay. It's been more than a couple. But anyway, you cannot give from an empty cup. And my cup got so empty that it started to affect my health. Okay? Take care of your health. And that's not just physical health, that's mental health too. So whether that means I have to book a hotel just by myself, and I do that. I do that. A hotel by myself just so I could sleep for the weekend and not be bothered. Just so I can replenish and recharge. Do what you have to do. I don't think we're in the daytime or a season to be unhealthy in any areas, mentally or physically. So take care of your health. And I don't know why I kept got this at number 9, but y'all, I didn't write it down. This is, like I said, very impromptu. It should have been up like number 1, 2, or 3, one of those. But yes, health is a priority. You know, if you're going out to the club every weekend drinking alcohol, you don't need to. You know, if you smoking all the time, you don't need to. You know, if you doing, just health, okay? A lot of people are sending themselves to an early grave because they're not even considering their health and they just living YOLO lifestyles. No. So that's number 9 or 10. So what I'm about to say now is 10 or either a bonus. Okay, don't shoot me. But number 10 or bonus, it will be really trust that God always has you. Y'all, like I said, I am going to share my testimony one day when God released me. But God always has me. And so I do believe that I graduated to another level of faith. As a matter of fact, I know I've graduated to another level of faith. Like, God always got me. He had me in my 20s. He's going to continue to have me here in my 30s. He's going to have me in my 40s, my 50s. God got me. He has me. And in my 20s, even though he had me then and I know that now, I used to feel like, God, where are you? Like, I can't feel you. I can't. But now I know, I'm like, okay, God, I know you there. So you gonna hear me like fuss and cuss and I'm angry, but I know you there. Like, I run to him first. I don't run away and then be looking for him. Like, God got me in every area of my life, y'all. Every area. So I see that I'm on 37 minutes. And this video was a little bit longer than what I expected, but I wanted to get it out here. So yeah, so these are like the 10 things that I've learned leaving them 20s behind, because 20s was like, ugh. Like, I learned a lot of lessons, planted some seeds though, and like this is the I can feel it. Like this is my season. Like this is 30s are gonna be wonderful for me. So I wanted to just pass on some wisdom. And if you are in your 20s, yes, enjoy them. But if you are like me and just entered into your 30s, it's your time to shine, baby. It's your time. Like, things are just getting started for us. So anyway, you guys know that I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will be coming back with you with another video soon. I do have some major updates coming up. I got some news that is coming. I got some news to share. Like, I have some real news to share. Like, I am happy. Like, whew. I'm so happy. So anyway, thank you guys, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.